Hello, welcome guys back. Back guys, welcome, hello. Welcome, hello, back guys.
This is me without coffee early in the morning. Coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world. Being a commerce student, I decided to check it out. So I started drinking coffee and got really interested when I could feel the level of focus, concentration, and productivity increased. After a series of research, I found of history, process, and types of coffee. So what is coffee made out of? It is made out of cherries, which is not brown, rather it is red in color, just like this one. And you must be curious about the origin. It is said to be originated in Arabian and African areas such as Yemen and Ethiopia. However, there are no essential proof of it, but we didn't get too interesting story about discovery of coffee from legend established around 15th century. So the first story goes like this. The story of Kaldi, the 9th century Ethiopian goat herd who discovered coffee when he noticed how excited his goats became after eating the beans from a coffee plant. Another legend attributes the discovery of coffee to Sheikh Omar. According to old chronicle, Omar, who was known for his ability to cure the sick through prayer, was once exiled from Mocha in Yemen to a desert cave near Ausab. Starving, Omar chewed berries from nearby shrubbery but found them to be too bitter. He tried roasting the seeds to improve the flavor, but they became real hard, just like your life. He then tried boiling them to soften the seed, which resulted in a fragrant brown liquid. Upon drinking the liquid, Omar was revitalized and sustained for days. But as far as the discovery is concerned, it goes both to Yemen and Ethiopia. The plant of coffee is native to Ethiopia, whereas the first real evidence of roasting and brewing, just like we do in modern times, is from Yemen. The thriving trade between Venice and North Africa, Egypt and the Middle East. Back then, Ottoman Empire brought many goods including coffee to the Venetian port. From Venice, it was introduced to the rest of the Europe. To this point of time, we have not reached where instant coffee was readily available, but just like most our everyday commodity was part or had something to do with invention in/for wars. Invention of instant coffee rightly was around American Civil War by Alfonso Alias. However, it was patented in the year 1881. Instant coffee powder has a type of fine powder texture and is usually a result of the spray drying process. As instant coffee is made from already brewed coffee, the process of drying and removing excess liquid is required in order to create a dissolvable type of coffee. Since we are talking about wars, Americano, which is a type of coffee which was born in Second World War when America reached Italy. Coffee didn't match the taste of Americans because Italy only had two variations, espresso and cappuccino. So to match the taste of Americans, Italians started 3/4 of water to 1/4 of espresso. Elevation is one of the many factors that influence the flavor of the coffee in your cup, assuming that flavor hasn't been roasted away. If you are a discerning coffee buyer or as you're learning to become one, you'll find that a lot of brands will list the elevation on their product labels. The number given are in meters above sea level, often abbreviated to MASL. Here's a general breakdown of what you can expect. Hint: the closer to the surface of the earth, the more earthy the coffee is. I hope this much of history is enough, as in to get a general understanding of coffee's origin and history. So let's come to the cultivation part. Coffee plants grow within a defined area between the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, termed as the bean belt or coffee belt. And of the two main species grown, Arabica coffee is generally more highly regarded than Robusta coffee. Robusta coffees tend to be bitter and have less flavor than Arabica. For these reasons, about 3/4 of coffee cultivated worldwide is Arabica. Robusta strain also contains about 40 to 50% more caffeine than Arabica. Consequently, this species is used as an inexpensive substitute for Arabica in many commercial coffee blends. Good quality Robusta beans are used in traditional Italian espresso blends to provide a full-bodied taste and a better foam head, known as crema. Coffee plants are now cultivated in over 70 countries, primarily in the equatorial regions of the Americas, Southeast Asia, the Indian subcontinent, and Africa. As of 2018, Brazil was the leading grower of coffee beans, producing 1/3 of the world total. Coffee is a major export commodity, being the top legal agricultural export for numerous countries. Arabica coffee beans are cultivated mainly in Latin America, Eastern Africa, or Asia, while Robusta beans are grown in Central Africa, throughout Southeast Asia, and Brazil. There are two primary methods for extraction. First, they will take these cherries, put them in bed, and wash them till the seeds or beans are not separated from the pulp, skin, and fruit. And the coffee beans are laid out and dried in the sun for 30 to 40 days. We are isolating the coffee beans, hence the taste is not hindered by anything. It is just the coffee bean influencing the taste. And the second one is natural method. The fruit is let to dry in sun for 20 to 30 days and it starts to decay. The bacteria which lives in the cherry ferments and influence the taste of the beans by boiling it down to coffee beans. So, if you're looking for a more sweeter or less intense cup of coffee, natural method of extraction is what I definitely recommend. So let's come to the roast part. Oh no, not that one. We may have thrown words such as light roast, dark roast, and medium roast as in coffee terms, and to be honest, well, all of these are just a scale of really light coffee beans to really black coffee beans. The difference is how long they are allowed to be in the oven. Roasting coffee means just cooking the coffee, and we do this for one reason, that is to enhance the taste of the coffee. The roasting is also known as Maillard reaction in scientific terms, in which sugar is combined with amino acid in high heat to give us a brown color and a new flavor. Let's come to the most important part of the coffee. Wait, not milk. I'm talking about caffeine. Caffeine is an active ingredient in coffee, is the most commonly consumed psychoactive substance in the world. A small home brewed cup of coffee could provide 50 mg, while a 16-ounce 475 milliliter Starbucks Grande packs over 300 mg. As a general rule, you can assume that an average 240 milliliter cup of coffee offers around 100 milligram of caffeine. Several sources suggest that 400 milligram of caffeine per day, the equivalent of 4 cups of coffee, is safe for most healthy adults. However, many people drink much more than that without any issues. So here we are in the least interesting part of the coffee, decaffeination of coffee. So decaffeination of coffee seeds is done while the seeds are still green. Many methods can remove caffeine from coffee, but all involves either soaking the green seeds in hot water, often called the Swiss water process, or steaming them using a solvent to dissolve caffeine-containing oils. Decaffeination is often done by processing companies, and the extracted caffeine is usually sold to the pharmaceutical industry. Decaffeination takes place in 3 steps: swelling the green coffee beans with water or steam so the caffeine can be extracted, extracting the caffeine from the beans. This is done with water, a solvent, or activated carbon, drying the decaffeinated coffee beans back to the normal moisture level.
Hello, welcome.